Gary, who's the boss of the company, told me that he had some live, if you like, live projects in play, and I could see the recipients, ask them whether they were happy, which we will do in a minute, and also see the quality of the work. And does it fulfil what the actual clients want? So first of all, what did you have done?
So we've had the air heat pump fitted, and then we've had all the radiators replaced, and then we're scheduled to have the solar panels done, I think in the next couple of weeks or so.
Wow. So what have you thought about the system that's been installed so far? Are you happy or not?
I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
It's something that we've been looking into probably for a few years, but obviously the initial costs and all the technical side of it is quite daunting. So it's been on the kind of back of my mind for a while to jump in. But when Aura contacted us, I was genuinely really pleased. And the fact that it's a hybrid system is also really nice, because it means we've got that kind of backup if things don't go so well.
Don't go so well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a nice kind of transition into kind of newer technology.
So you can say it's a positive thing that you've had done, and you're pleased with it.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
definitely.
Yeah,
And it's fully funded.
Fully funded, yeah. That was a real surprise. So I've looked into these things a few times, and I think things are changing a lot over the last few years. But when Nigel, was it not?
Yeah.
And we had a nice chat with him. Yeah, fully funded. We had to have the survey first, the independent survey, which they came around and did.
Will they make an assessment then, and then you can work out what you need for the system?
Yeah, they did a whole proper site survey and then came back with a scope of works, which included the radiators upgrading, the solar heating and the air heat pump. So yeah, really thorough.
Yeah. So you seem to be quite happy with the situation.
Very. It's I'll be honest, I wasn't sure, because the heating side of it, but it's amazing, the heat that you get from it. It's comfortable, nice heat, and I think the most important thing was the actual air pump, because you don't even know it's running, you cannot hear it at all.
Yeah, you were a bit worried about that.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but it's very quiet, really, really quiet. So yeah, all in all, it's really good.
So you're
Really
impressed with
enjoy
it?
Yeah, the workers were good as well. I mean, you just can't fault them. They were literally on the ball. They were just so polite, they were clean, and they got on with the job.
So you think they made a difference?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They were the backbone, if I was to be honest. They literally knew what they were doing. More than anything, they were very polite, and left everything tidy. So can't fault them at all.
They were really
accolade
good.
about
Yeah, they were genuinely good.
Yeah, they were.
A lot
really
of people have a major job done with a huge boiler, conventional boiler with gas or something like that, and there's always a bit of sense of dissatisfaction that for all this big scheme and big money that's gone into it, it's not really that great, and not great for the environment, because this is where you're hitting all the green buttons.
Yeah, that's the other aspect that was really, because this house was very low energy rating when we first bought it was G, and after the assessment, we should be up to a B, so that makes a huge difference.
Cool, yeah.
In terms of energy efficiency, so that was another big aspect for me.
Yeah, because they've done an average savings over the year of about 1,200 quid.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where the numbers they gave us on the report, it was somewhere in that area as well.
I mean, in these times, it's challenging with price rises for energy. It seems to be like every month, something else has gone up.
Yeah, that was one of the big things for me.
So this makes a really major change for it to be a saving of 1,200 quid roughly per annum.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that you kind of struggle with a bit at first, and you realise that it's not going to go through, like, as in cost regarding going through the boiler. It's coming through
Yeah,
like,
the air heat pump's
yeah.
more efficient, isn't it?
And that's the main key to it all, really. And I think it's because it's good for the environment. 100% is good for it, isn't it? So.
If you feel that assured how good it is, would you recommend it to someone?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I recommended Aura to our nephew, didn't we, to John,
Yeah.
who's kind of local as well. But yeah, no, absolutely recommend Aura.
Were you sceptical at first? Before you
I was a little bit.
Before you had it installed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a bit worried, weren't you?
I like the heating. I like to be able to control it and, but this just turned it all around for me because I really didn't expect it to be as good as it is.
But one of the concerns was, I mean, this flooring, I think it's a year, 2 years old, and I fitted it all. And it's, I was worried that we'd have to rip it up or it would get
Is it oak or laminate?
This is engineered.
Engineered oak.
Yeah.
Nice floor.
Yeah, we're really pleased with it.
Okay.
But obviously it's, it's fitted, I've screwed it in, so I'd have to undo it from that end backwards. But the guys were great. They listened to the concerns. They used the old plumbing where they could. They've gone through the walls, and I'm genuinely really impressed with how well they've, retrofitted everything without causing any major.
So they took all your worries and problems about
that
it.
was my big concern. Everything else I was
overrode them and got it all working.
Yeah, they did a fantastic.
And did a good job of it because that floor's in good condition.
Yeah, they haven't touched the floor. It's amazing. They haven't even touched the skirting board or anything.
I think that's one of the things I really liked. I used to say, because we were supplying them with beverage, obviously, and whatever, even if they did make a mess, I have to say they were on the ball, straight on it. So all of that matters to me, to be honest, because it's like they were very professional is the word I would use, but so polite, really. And the other thing that I liked, if you had a problem and you phoned, the company, because whatever the problem was, they were on the ball, literally on the ball.
Dealt with it straight away.
Yeah, literally. You didn't have to we can put you in next week or anything. It was on the ball. So I can't fault them for that.
So you can't really ask for any more than that.
No.
So it's a good value.
Yeah.
Number one, literally savings. Number two.
Yeah.
Well installed. Number three, and good service from the staff of the company that fitted it. It's a win-win on every situation.
Yeah. Including the warmth. So, we are really happy with it. I'm actually glad now that, looking back, thinking I'm not sure, I'm glad that we did it.
Yeah, but it's good that you did the research first. Satisfied your mind if you had problems in there that you were worried about. That's quite normal. But it's good that you went through with it after you thoroughly investigated it, had it done, and it's turned out to be better than you expected, would I say?
Much
would that
better.
Be fair?
I'll be honest, much better.
Much better than you expected?
Yeah.
Well, you can't say any more than that, except
No.
10 out of 10 for... Well, let's score it on that. Out of 10, where would you put it?
10.
So 10 out of 10 for the heating system?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and Don, you the same?
Yeah, and the fact that they listened to the concerns and went through it with us. Nigel did, the engineers did.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, every concern we've raised, they've talked it through and listened. Absolutely 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think you convinced me.
That's the plan.
I actually did fit this one of these about 10 years ago to a show I was doing called the Eco House. I built an Eco House. And we used an air source heat pump for that. And that was early doors for these. They were common in America, but they weren't common here. And I had it installed and fitted, and it worked really well. And it still is working well, and that's over 10 years, maybe 15 years ago now.
So there you go. There's the proof.
So I'm happy. Yeah. And all you've done is you verified it for me today and proved to be perfect. So I can recommend this quite comfortably feel safe recommending this to people when they ask me.
Absolutely. I think it's one occasion that you know, we all have to have some kind of building work or a problem. This was worth it.
Yeah.
100%.
And of course, the little bonus was that the government funded it rather than you had to go deeply
let's
into
not
your
forget
pocket.
that.
That was a big thing for me.
That was.
Because I've been looking into it for a while, but the initial cost, you know, it's quite a chunk of money, and to find out a bit of funding, that really, you know, made me happy, because, you know, I want this in place for our retirement.
Yes.
We were grateful, actually, to be honest, because you had talked about it before, and I was the one holding it back. And then
Yeah, but it might not have done any harm, that really, the delay. It might have got the system and the way it was done and introduced to the client, it might have improved so much so that it was different than when you first thought about it.
Yeah.
And there are probably things about the one that I had fitted that need to be changed, and they would be in the modern version of it. But because it's 15 years old now, it might have something different.
Yeah, it's a changing field, isn't it? The
Yeah.
life.
It's moving forward all the time.
It's
Slowly,
really
albeit slowly, but it's still moving forward.
Oh, God, yeah.
And this lovely little beauty, what's her name?
Molly.
Molly. Hello, Molly. It's funny, that's why I call my wife, that's my nickname for her.
I'll tell you, that's another thing we've noticed, that when it's on, I mean, the dogs are laying like they're in Barbados because it's that warm. Honestly, it's like, you know, she's up here and she's like, oh, it's so warm in here. So,
Well, the good thing about it is the money that you save on the system, it can let you go to Barbados yourself if that's what you want.
that would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Another key issue I would like to mention as well is I have an autoimmune disease, so I feel cold a lot, even in the spring, in the summer. And I think, to be fair, that's probably one of the reasons why I was like, I don't know, you know, I've got to, yeah, because most people might think, oh, it's hot in here, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm still a little bit cold. I haven't been like that since it's been fitted. So I'm being honest.
Because the hallway used to be a little bit.
And that is an important thing, I think, to mention, because
yeah, it's very important to mention that you were concerned and worried that it was cold, and you was worried about it cold. And this system, you've not felt that in any way.
I think because, like with what we had before, you could, you know, if you want to leave it on all day, you leave it on all day, and you're just like cha-ching, cha-ching. Well, with this, I think the reason I've mentioned that is because once your house gets to a certain temperature where it should be and it goes off, your house is still warm, and that's where I've noticed the difference. Whereas before, I'd have to put it, oh, it's gone off now because it's reached the temperature and I'm still not right. I'll turn it up again. So it's again cha-ching, burning, burning, yeah.
I think
and
we
this
get more
is much
evening
better.
as well.
Yeah.
I was saying that hallway used to be a bit of a cold spot.
Yeah.
Whereas my office
It's
upstairs,
not now.
I'd get boiling. Now it seems to be, I think because of the changes to the radiators, we're getting more even temperatures throughout the house.
I say thank God for Nigel coming round, really. And that's being honest, because yeah, really good.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you've got such a positive view of the whole process that you went through.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's great. Onwards and upwards.
Absolutely.